811 of the legendary voice of the Northern Plains, KFire 550, 99.7, and iHeartRadio. Guns in the 701. I know I said 815, but oh, heck. Why wait?
Let's get it going.
Let's get a good thing going here. Clay, good morning.
I'm back.
We never left. The heck, are we doing a show today or what? Are you sleeping in?
Oh, stupid phone.
I know it's only 7:11 over on your mountain time zone over there, but come on now. What time do you get up in the morning?
I was up at 5:30 this morning, so.
A little earlier than me. I had to get up and make Todd some pork sausage here, some smoked sausage.
Thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah,
That's
you're welcome.
Awesome stuff. It really is.
Missed out, Clayton.
No, I saw the video. It was great.
Yeah. See, doing those little Facebook videos before we go on so we can show everybody what fun we're having here. I'm not just lying about it. It is fun. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been doing this for 44 years.
I was locked out when I got here, Clay. I went to the front door and the back door, and then Todd sent Jesse out.
I meant to text you.
It's like a fortress there for some reason.
Well, yeah, because the last thing I need is for somebody from the bus station down the street to walk in and grab a microphone and have their way.
They probably just want to use the bathroom, Todd.
I'm here from the bus. Pick on the bus station, those poor guys. That's all they need is me to pick on them. But nonetheless, because it has actually happened one Saturday, or then cleaning people that we had here. And they had a teenage daughter, too. And this big dude is pounding on the front door. Then he pounds on the side door. And I realize, oh, wait, the cleaning people are here. I better go back and make sure that there's... She's holding her ground against this dude. I mean, like, well, I'll stay here and support, but I'm not going to get in the way. She's doing just fine without me here, so I'll leave it alone.
Maybe she had a concealed weapons permit. She wasn't too worried.
It. And I don't know. Maybe she did. And just, you're not supposed to, the FCC kind of frowns upon that, but I don't know if the cleaning crew's exempt from that rule or not. I have no idea. I'm guessing not. I'm guessing somebody from iHeart's going to set me straight on that one. Hey, next time you decide to reference that, here's the law, dummy. You've been doing radio for 44 years. You still don't know that law?
I didn't know it.
What is the law here, anyways, in the
It's
studio?
like speeding. It's just a suggestion.
Is it? Okay.
It's like the Blues Brothers and that bar thing. This list doesn't mean anything. It's just requests.
Well, sounds good to me.
814 at KFire with Guns in the 701 here at Mitchell in the Morning. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
I'm great.
Doing great.
We woke up Clay's phone anyway.
Yeah,
Just joining us, we kept talking to him and hearing nothing. And every once in a while, you get somebody that they put you on mute because they're doing something else, and that's fine. It's only polite. I don't need to hear that you're in the bathroom.
Maybe Clay was.
That's the thing that I hate. I had a boss that used to, not my current boss, I had a boss that used to call me from the bathroom all the time. I'm like, on weekends and stuff. And I'm like, I don't need to hear all that stuff. Get done with what you're doing. So, here we go again. Who the heck is this?
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
Well, a couple times.
Is that what you're saying?
Clay and I have done live streams, and my dad calls me, and I'm like, hey, Dad, thanks for listening. That's awesome.
He doesn't call from the bathroom, does he?
No, he didn't know.
If you're one of those people...
I got to say something, though. Jamie's mic, I don't know, maybe it's just on my end there. I don't know if it's coming across on air, but it sounds like it's very distorted for some reason.
No, that's his...
I just thought I'd let you know.
Don't make fun of his voice. That's his voice.
Hi, Clay. Can you hear me better?
Jeez, what do you go up to people in wheelchairs and go, what the heck's wrong here? What's this? Don't do that. That's rude.
I was locked out when I got it.
I just heard a background. Clay must be multicasting there because I heard my voice saying I was locked out.
I had to go check it on there to see if it was as bad as it is.
Sounded good.
Anyway.
Yeah, you may not have realized. Oh, this is they want me. The North Dakota Public Information Officer had just called, and there's some media panel they want me to be an expert on.
Well, they called the right guy.
And all I could think is, you're looking for experts, and you're all the way down to me. Did everybody else say no?
I thought you were at the top, Todd.
Top of the what?
The media
If you
expert.
flip it upside down, you bet.
Is there anybody with more experience in the state?
Well, yeah, there's
I think we send Jamie to that.
because there's
I'm in.
Sid Hart started on K-Fire when I was in third grade. He was going to Brown Institute in Minneapolis to learn about radio, and I was in kindergarten and lived across the street from me, as it turns out. We discovered years later.
Oh, you didn't even know it at that point.
Because
Huh?
we're talking about mom and pop pizza places being better than the chains, and there was this corner dive bar place with a pizza thing right there, Bonnie's Pizza. Rest in peace. Great pizza. How the heck did that go out of business? How does a good pizza place go out of business? That's crazy.
Yeah,
talk
it's hard
right
to
there.
believe, isn't it?
But and he brought it up, and I'm like, "How do you know Bonnie's Pizza?" And he looks at me, "How do you know Bonnie's Pizza?" And it turned out we lived across the street from each other, 42nd and Lake.
Oh, here I was hoping it was some inspirational story that he inspired you to get into radio or something.
No, I never. Well, I would have been just a little punk kid when he was going to Brown, and then. But yeah, so until he retires, I can't retire. So if I end up,
Oh, he's still going?
99 years, then yeah, he's still. We ran into each other at Dan Brannon's funeral. Dan was the guy who hired him back in the day, and
Wow.
yeah.
So
So what do we come to talk about? Oh, that's right. It's guns in the 701, not
And hey,
Todd's
I do
mental
have to
health in
tell
the
everybody-
701 here.
I have to tell everybody, guys, I think I got this fascist book thing fixed. It looks like, Jamie, we are now live again. So
Awesome.
there.
Well, what in the world?
So Clay sells himself short on being a techie.
Clay, did you know that we're live right now?
Yeah, I heard about that.
K-Fire's been on for almost 100 years, is still going very strong, thank you very much. And by the way, we were here before Zuckerberg, and we're going to be here after Zuckerberg. Because at this rate, Zuckerberg is, sooner or later, something's going to happen, and he's going to be gone.
Well, I want Musk to just buy out. He's got X now. If he gets
wouldn't that be
Facebook,
great?
oh man, yeah.
I'm afraid to go on X because I might see my ex-wife's picture.
Well, you got a pretty good zinger on her Saturday when we filled in for Bachmeyer there. So
Ain't that the truth? Guns of the 701 Fridays here on K-Fire. Biden administration takes aim at recreational shooting on public lands. I mean, I do agree that you probably shouldn't be shooting around the White House or something, but, why not in some, desert national park situation? Why not allow it there?
Yeah, the Sonoran Desert Monument is what national monument, and I got to explain that. Sometimes when they can't get a national park created, they take the Antiquities Act and they call it a monument. Roosevelt did this all the time, and so anyway, that's how that was created to begin with. But yeah, they want to take away, and it doesn't surprise me. It shouldn't surprise anybody. They want to shut down 98.9% of this place and leave about 5,300 acres for people to actually go out there and practice their Second Amendment rights with their recreational shooting.
Oh, you evil gun people. That's enough acreage. What's with you people? You greedy gun people.
don't they know how far bullets fly?
Well,
Not when I shoot, but maybe
you.
when you shoot.
Sometimes it's a 9mm Biden lung blower, and some days, it's a 22. Who knows? But
No, what's the thinking going on here? I mean, I realize you don't want people getting shot or whatever, but I doubt that that's the concern that they're raising here.
Right. It actually has more to do with the greenies, the environmentalists, not wanting lead, shot on the quote, public land. And I mean, that's really what this goes. When you dig into this, it has to do with that they were the ones that were petitioning this. Trump actually said, nah, in 2018, he says, I don't care. We're going to open it up. And they wanted to open up about 90% of it, which would have been over 435,000 acres, which would have been great. And this is why when we talk about, quote, public lands, I like to call them publicly held lands because the government makes nothing, sells nothing, and has no money unless they take it from us. So if they have these lands, they actually purchased them with our money. It's ours.
Not to mention that if you start calling it public lands and the public assumes it's their land,
Which it should be. Well,
It's
Clay
like-
calls it, what do you call it, Clay? Taxpayer
the same
owned?
people that look at police and say,
Taxpayer-owned land.
well, the same people that look at police officers and say, well, you're here to serve me. Well, not personally, like your every whim. That's not what that means.
Well, I think
Sir.
this is a great example to show you why I'm not a big proponent. I know I ruffle a lot of feathers of government owning land.
No,
and this is
you?
exactly
No.
why. Because
You're
this
kidding
is
me.
the crap they do. You get one administration says, "Yep, come and exercise your Second Amendment," and you get another administration says, "No, we hate guns, so we're going to work with everybody we can and blame it. Play the blame game. We'll blame this department that blames the lawsuit that blames that department, and we'll just go ahead and close it down." And that's pretty much what's happening here. They don't, the Biden administration does not like the Second Amendment. They don't like the fact that we have it. They don't like it that we can go out and have fun and practice our trade and exercise our rights. So the people that are stuck using these public lands, now they're going to lose a whole bunch of it again. And this isn't the first time. We've seen this in other areas throughout the administration. I mean, I don't know where some of these people are supposed to go. They're suggesting that they go to Phoenix into the indoor shooting facilities that already exist there. And it's like, yeah, well, it's not the same.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That might be a long drive for some people, but that's the point. They don't care about making it easy. I will say, though, we've got the Protecting Hunting Heritage, or no, that was the Heritage Act.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
That went in, and Congress actually overwhelmingly voted on that when they wanted to take out archery and hunting, safety, and things like that out of education. Well, they passed that, and now we have another act that's going to be come through. It's H.R. 1614, the Range Access Act, and what that's going to require, if it passes, that the U.S. Forest Service and BLM have at least one qualifying recreational shooting range in each district. I mean, okay, that's great. It's kind of a Band-Aid. Then
Yeah.
you're going to put all the people that are shooting from these metropolitan areas, and that's pretty much what's happening.
Then you're going to
in
get
one
people
little small area.
Protesting those.
Oh, they already do. Same
Yeah.
reason.
Oh, there you
All
go.
that horrible.
Nobody could be
that
happy.
Naturally occurring element, lead.
How would the Germans have bombed Pearl Harbor if we never invented it? In honor of Donald Sutherland, who just died this week, and he was, and he lost like millions and millions of dollars because he took a $25,000 per day deal as a favor.
Well, fortunately for him, he made it up, Todd.
Yeah, well, true, but I mean, he would have had 2% of the take on Animal
If he
House.
didn't, you could add some of Kiefer's coins.
Not all of us can afford 25,000 instead of 25 mil. Maybe you can.
No.
Yeah, you guys, I know you guys have all the
Oh,
money
yeah.
in the world. But
Oh,
some
our
of us-
sponsors, man. We were
some
loaded.
of us peasants here on the planet. 824 at K-Fire, we're the guns in the 701 here, as we do on Fridays. What is there? I mean, do they not realize? Well, apparently they don't. The Second Amendment is part of what our country was founded on, and would we have won? You should see the look on their faces when I walk around with a bow and arrow. All right, you guys don't want guns, so here, I'm having this.
I mean, weapon of war as well, too, Todd, right? They hate weapons of war. Bow and arrow.
The old-fashioned rock, baby.
That's right.
Cain killed Abel with a rock. Let's all bring a rock every place we go. And well, if you don't like guns, I'll just do this works. This was the first thing that worked.
You know, the thing about Biden and the modern Democrat in general, they're always out there claiming, right, our freedoms, our democracy is in danger. Our freedoms are going to get eroded if Trump gets elected. Biden and his administration on dang near a daily basis are talking about taking away your Second Amendment civil rights.
How much can we blame Biden at this point and not? There's got to be, because really him.
Well, if he was all there, he's all in on it too.
He can't even pick up a gun right now.
Yeah, well, he's let Hunter do that. But yeah, I mean, they claim to be all about freedom and liberty in America, and they're trying to take it away. And
I'm sure they haven't
blame
taken
Trump.
away the Secret Service's guns, so it's good enough for them, but not us. Right.
You know, and it's a good example of this story, to go out and exercise your rights on taxpayer-owned land, and they don't want you to do it. Trump opened it up, and they claim Trump is against your freedoms and taking it away. it's like the old Rush Limbaugh thing. What they're blaming you of, they're already doing, and this is 100% fact.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That there you have it right there. Thee who doth protest too much. However that.
Hey,
You know the
that's my
thing.
favorite model.
The thing when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor. You remember the movie? It's 8:26 at K-Fire, and we got more Guns in the 701 coming up. 8:46 at K-Fire. It's on Mitchell and Guns in the 701. Clay, you're missing out on the good sausage, buddy.
No, I'm sure I am. I wish I could have been up there this morning.
Well, you could have been. They still have roads and stuff, right?
Yeah, they
I know.
do,
We
but
still
got
have a
guys coming to
phone
work on a
too, and that's
tractor
easier.
today.
He just phones it in.
Play like sausage.
You know why they say phone it in? Because that's the lazy way of doing it, Clay. Come on now. Just teasing.
No, that's old fashioned. Now you just text it in.
That's true. Good point.
Hey,
there.
Todd, I'm glad we could phone it in on Saturday when we had the issues, man. Good thing you were here.
Oh man, yeah. Dakota Prairie Outdoors, and yeah, all of a sudden, well, I can't get on Scott's YouTube channel. Oh, well, did you guys ever figure that out, or?
No, I talked to Scott about it, and he said he never, Jesse filled it, not Jesse Ross, but Jesse Flath has done it for him before,
Yeah,
and
true.
he said he didn't have a problem with that, so I don't know, he's probably put a big X on me ever filling in for him again.
And all I could think is, well, wait a minute. You obviously have a phone. I have a phone. Let's still do a show. I mean,
Yeah.
I realize the South Dakota guys that carry the show are kind of left out, but
That's over 701, not the 605.
I don't really care. Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
don't really care about those guys.
Yeah,
Just
you
kidding.
know.
I care about our South Dakota listeners, but
We need a West and East Dakota is all we need yet.
I'm surprised it's not split into quadrants.
It might
which
be.
would actually give us more representation in the House if we had 4 states instead of 2,
Right.
right?
Hey,
So we'd have
maybe you're onto something
4
there.
House members instead of 2, and Lord knows, the West doesn't really want to take ownership of Fargo.
No.
I don't know how territorial South Dakota gets if Sioux Falls is.
I mean,
if
yeah.
Sturgis and Sioux Falls are bitter enemies, and it's
Oh, they gotta be.
well, that's what I'm thinking. It's no, just let them.
They would love to just give the Sioux Falls area and maybe the entire Minnehaha counties of Minnesota and let them happen.
See, and Lord knows Cass County can just be part of Minnesota, and we would.
Yeah.
Because we've been negotiating to try to get some of Lakes Country to be North Dakota, because Lord knows they're not
Oh,
thrilled
yeah.
about being Minnesotans over
Yeah.
there.
Northern Minnesota's great. I go there to my aunt and uncle's place every summer, and man, there's good people up there. They're not anything like the city's people, most of them I talk to.
The whole state, if you break it down by county and even in districts, turns pretty red. It's just those little blops of blue.
Except the
in
Arrowhead
Rochester
region.
and the
Why is
city.
that?
Yeah.
That's I noticed that. Duluth northward.
There's a bunch of mining companies there, so the unions got in there. And,
It's the Minnesota Rust.
No, that's the
probably why.
land preservationists that don't want mining there.
oh,
'Cause
well, now maybe, right?
it's
I don't know. You're from Minnesota,
drill,
Todd. You know better.
baby, drill.
Old Sarah Palin made that one famous, right? Is she alive yet?
Yeah, she's alive.
Okay, I haven't heard nothing
God.
from her. I think her and her husband Todd got
Had
divorced,
enough
right?
of Tina Fey being, imitating her all the time. It's like, all right, enough.
Yeah.
I'll stay up here in Alaska. I got enough to do. I don't need the rest of the 49
Palin can shoot a
states.
gun, though. Tina Fey doesn't know what end the bullets come out of it, probably.
Well, I don't doubt that a bit. Guns of the 701, if you're just joining us here on K-Fire. So, violent crime skyrocketing under Biden, according to Biden's favorite data source. He doesn't want that word getting out around election time. Although, did you see the poll that Fox News is touting this week?
Yeah, he's behind. He's ahead of
Biden's
Trump.
ahead by like 3 points. What the heck?
Oh, if he loses, don't forget, I was a Ron DeSantis guy from day one.
We could start the conspiracy theory that they're only saying that now so that when Trump wins, it's a come from behind victory.
Yeah, I hope.
and be able to,
Todd, don't depress me and get me thinking about this election, man.
Why would a Trump victory depress you?
No, I'm just, if he loses, if Trump loses, man, it's over.
The headline is it's news sensationalism. They're in the news business. It's news sensationalism. what the real question is, how is MSNBC and CNN are going to, how are they going to treat it then?
Oh, they'll love it. They'll get a bunch of their psycho followers. I mean, their ratings will go up from all those crazies.
Back in '92 when Clinton won, everybody said it was going to be the end of Rush Limbaugh. How did that work out?
Yeah, that was a boom for Rush.
His show took off right then.
Yeah, and Fox News, they took a left turn quite a while ago, so they don't really have much credibility.
Well, I think they're starting to, from time to time, creep back because I think they're realizing, well, wait a minute, we can either split the left into thirds or we could own the right. What would make more business sense? Cash the check and vote Democrat if you insist upon it. But why not, didn't Cara Munn just do the same thing?
Well, Todd, speaking of...
I like Cara, but she's not a conservative. I'm sorry. She's not. I'd say it to her face with all due respect to her. I don't have any disrespect for her. She's
not a conservative.
She's a very lovely person, but you got to get the R behind your name if you're going to get voted in North Dakota.
She's not a Republican either, for that matter.
But anyway. So how's Biden going to win if violent crime is skyrocketing using the numbers he likes to use?
Well, he's probably not, and that's probably why you're starting to see a shift in their narrative, in their branding. But he likes to use his favorite data source, which you know what, works sometimes. The Gun Violence Archive, which is a left wing crazy outfit that
big time.
They're just as bad as Every Town and all the other ones. But he uses those stats when he's trying to push gun control. And to sum this all up, they go and they actually use statistics for mass shootings that are completely different. It's 4 or more now. And then they use all these other things that they include in that stat, which is willful and malicious and accidental shootings, mass shootings, deaths of children, 0 to 11 and 12 to 17, unintentional, and then suicide. And suicide, which
scare.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it works great for...
Them are the huge stats that they throw in theirs to pump them up. But now they see that this isn't resonating with the public, and it's not. Gun control's always been a losing issue. I don't care if you want to look at every presidential election going back in modern times, it was a losing issue. But they don't care that it's an ideology thing. Well, but now they're shifting it. Now they're saying, oh, wait a second, we want to use the FBI data. Well, the FBI data is showing, smaller things. And what I found very interesting when I was breaking this apart is that, yes, violent crime has been going down. You know what else has been going up during that same period, even under Biden? Gun ownership and constitutional carry and concealed carry laws have all been relaxed in most of the states. So more people are carrying more guns and own more guns, and it's just like John R. Lott Jr. said. He goes, more crime, or more guns, less crime. And that's what we're seeing. You're seeing more people exercise their Second Amendment right.
People feel more threatened, you're going to see more people carrying guns. I mean, sorry. But
absolutely.
That's how it works.
So Biden, he always uses this gun violence archive, right? And the thing is, every type of shooting death tracked by the gun violence archives over the last 10 years has increased from when Trump was president to when Biden was. That's why he's not using it anymore. I mean, the guy referenced it all the time. In fact, I seen Fox News, you were talking about it. They've used it before. But so just a little reference here, which they always talk about, the children, right? 0 and kids up to 11 years old. I think Biden has, under Biden, 2 out of the 3 years, because the 4th year isn't in yet, his gun deaths for kids were higher than at any point with Trump. And I could go through a whole bunch of these stats where it's higher under Biden, and so that's why Biden is not talking about this gun violence archive. And as far as crimes, Clay, what is it, like these big cities, 23% of the big cities aren't reporting their crime to the FBI anymore, and that's why Biden's saying it's going down. It's not going down.
Absolutely.
And they all wanted to defund the police, and now what are they doing? They're screaming for more police. We're getting toward the clock here, but DeSantis receives a bill to restore the ability to shoot bears in defense, because heaven forbid, the bear has to win. That's nature. That's how nature intended it to be.
They're so cute, Todd. Yeah. So the Florida,
can we pet it?
The Florida Parks and Wildlife changed the law. It was one of these alphabet agencies in 2012 without anything in the legislature, and now they're turning. So you can't shoot. You couldn't shoot a bear. If it was on your property or any of this stuff. They basically put them protected when they're not protected. But Ron DeSantis now and the Florida Republican-controlled legislature is going to change that back to where you can defend yourself against a bear. I didn't even know there's that many bears in Florida. They're estimating now 7,000 bears.
I didn't realize anybody had a thought process that says, no, you shouldn't really be defending yourself if there's a bear attack.
Yeah.
Why in the world would we let people defend themselves and save their own lives when they're being attacked by a big animal?
Well, there's a certain sect of America that thinks that way, Todd. They're called Democrats.
There you go.
Remember that when you go to vote. Guns in the 701, the new stuff Wednesday nights?
Yeah,
Wednesday night,
boys.
yeah, and we got episode 100 coming up. So we are giving away a gift certificate to Bloodline Kinetics for it's about $150 value, I believe. I'm gonna have to look at it. So tune in. We're gonna go ahead and do that, and we'll kind of put things on our social media, letting you know how we're going to do it before Wednesday. That's the plan on our 100th episode. Who thought, huh?
And the day after that, Todd, I'm going to be on Thursday night, 701 Nation. I'm not quite to 100 yet. I believe it's episode 14, but yeah, I'm going up against Biden and Trump, so my viewership might be lower than usual. But you can always catch the podcast on iHeart, baby. The best second best podcast on iHeart.
The best podcast on iHeart, bar none. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Todd.
Good to have you. Thanks for bringing the good sausage, by the way.
You bet. Anytime.